What is good, YouTube? We are back with another banger video for you today. Let's get straight into it. We're gonna be starting from the daily. I haven't with my breakdowns. I usually don't start from doing a whole top-down analysis, but there's just been so much sauce coming from the higher time frame that I feel like it's just necessary to talk about it, I should say. So as we could see already, looking at the daily chart, we let me start here. So looking at the daily chart starting from Tuesday, we can obviously see that we are bearish and we left this bearish gap behind, right? Or we left this bearish daily gap behind. And so this is just something that you should take notice of. We go to yesterday and we see that we now close, we leave a bullish close on the day and we leave a bullish daily candle, I should say. But something to note is that we failed to get higher than this daily bearish gap. So I was looking at market overnight, like 1 a.m. and I saw that we tagged this bullish gap and this bearish gap and we rejected off of it. I knew that this gap would hold a lot of significance, and let me go ahead and delete this really quick. That's just something that I need us to keep in mind for today. Now, this is no longer an order block. Once again, coming into today's market, we see around 1 a.m. we tagged into this daily bearish gap. And let me just restart this from like here. And so on the daily, we do look bullish. Everywhere is showing us bullish order flow, but we just had to the daily bearish gap and we are rejecting out of it. So I was coming in thinking that we would be bearish and I was just looking for my play. You feel me? That was my bias for today, and I just needed my draws. If I come down to the 15-minute chart, or let me start from the 1 hour actually. Also, as we can see right here, we have this 1 hour bullish inverse with a 1 hour bearish gap on top of it, creating a BPR gap. So I'm actually gonna leave it, but I'll go ahead and delete this. So that's also something to keep in mind, which is adding to my bearish confluence. But on the 4 hour, as we can see, we had this 4 hour bullish gap. So we tagged into a daily bearish gap. We go down to the next lowest time frame, which is the 4 hour. We have a 4 hour bullish gap that we are respecting once, twice, 3 times. But we go down to the 1 hour and we just inversed a 1 hour bullish gap and we created a 1 hour bearish gap. So yes, I'm bearish, but I need to see one of the two sides flip, which is our bulls or our bears. You feel me? If we're gonna be bullish, I want to see this 4 hour hold maybe, and then a potentially inverse of this 1 hour gap, which we're seeing right now. But if we're not bullish, I want to see this 4 hour get traded into, this 1 hour get traded into, and then a reaction out of it. So essentially this, and this to the lows, right? We come down to the 15-minute and we come down to the 15-minute and we also have this 15-minute bearish gap right here. Obviously we have it right here. I'm not going to mark it out for y'all though. But now let's start from the open. Let's start from the open. So that is what I'm seeing coming into today's market, and it's just trying to identify a play, right? But at the open, we had this pre-market bearish gap from 740 that we ended up inversing. And low key, this could be good for longs if you still have the idea that I just mentioned in mind, where we want to see a tag into the 4 hour bullish gap, and then I want to see us tag into this 1 hour. You feel me? And you could probably do probably like a 1-to-1. Obviously, you're risking accordingly. And this was the first play I saw. I didn't really like it just because it was a little bit too early. I don't like bullish momentum or bearish momentum off the open. Usually it's manipulative and you don't know where market is going to go. But this is the first move I do see. And low-key, the longs did end up playing out. The longs did end up playing out, but that's not the play I was really looking for today. So right here is where my day begins. We tag into the 1 hour and the 15-minute gap, right? We tag into the 1 hour, we tag into the 15, and we get this nice rejection candle. And this is also the V shape that you want to see. But I'm so used to market that I'm not falling for this first move. This does look clean. If there was a bullish gap somewhere, I think there was a 30-second gap. There was a 30-second gap like around here or something. You could potentially take this play down to the lows, but I wasn't falling for it. I didn't like it. And we see that pretty quickly we tag into this bullish gap and we hit CE and we reject off of it nicely. Now, we get a resweep of the highs. Super important to point out, we get a resweep of these highs. And now I'm looking to see if this can be the play. We get a resweep of the highs, another nice V shape, and a 1 minute IFEG, and this looks really clean. I did go break even at this low right here. I did go break even at this low, which I'm not mad at. And once again, I'm probably targeting all the way to Asia. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an Asia low sweep. Obviously, we were pretty close at the open, but we just failed to sweep out the Asia low, and we just built up a whole lot of LR. Right, this is all LR that can be swept. And you're obviously not trading this consolidation, but we fail to take out the lows. We fail to take out Asia. We leave these lows. We tag into a 1 hour, 15-minute, and this is the play that I'm looking for. I went break even. We did hit my break even, and I got stopped at break even. I'm not mad at that. If I didn't go break even, I could have had a 47-point stop, which would have potentially worked. Not potentially, it would have worked, but I did go break even. And then we create another bullish gap. And right here, I sold. Because if you guys watch my videos, you know I'm a front runner, you feel me? I'm going to front run the bullish gap or the bearish gap, whether it closes or not, based on my conviction. So if I did front run this gap, I'm getting in right here. And once again, I'm targeting, it's the same play. But for some reason, I don't know why, but I didn't front run this gap. And look at the close that we get on this. Look at the close. I didn't even think we were going to get a pullback. I just knew that I missed a play. But we get a terrible close. And so from here, I just can't front run. And the only way to get involved in this play is to look for a pullback or retrace. I should have front run this gap. And we create this manipulation work and we run to our lows. And so this is the play I didn't take. Once again, I should have front runned it. If I did, I would have got entry probably when we broke through this gap. Because I just knew, like, this was the play I was looking for the whole day. A tap into this 1 hour 15 and, displacement out of it. Maybe if I took this, maybe if I didn't go break even on this first play, because there's actually 2 break even points in my opinion. You can go break even at this first low that got swept, this no wick low, or you can go break even at this low that we put in that held in this gap, which is probably the more appropriate break even point. Yeah, and you have your stops up here. But then if you take the second inverse, and yeah, I should have took this play. That's it. Anyways, we ended up running to our Asia lows, swept it out as I predicted, and we put in an SMT. at the lows, but we did end up creating this 5-minute bearish gap, right? And so now if I want to see shorts play out, I'm probably going to be looking for a continuation short. So a tag into this 5-minute bearish gap and then continuation out of it. We get the tag into the 5-minute bearish gap after chopping around, and I'm looking for a continuation out of it, but I went break even pretty quickly here. Actually, I took a loss on this. I took a loss on this play. There's no break even. This would have probably been the first break even. I took a loss right here. 20-point stop. We went higher. I tried again off this right here. Once again, just would have been a bad fill. Took like a $200 loss. And then I think I tried one more time. So this would have been the most appropriate play, but even then, market just didn't give any good conditions or good setups today. Other than this short right here, I didn't like. We're just chopping around, but this probably would have been the best play. You know, down to these lows, potentially these lows. But I also don't even think we took them out, and I think we started going higher. I mean, but this is an 80-point trade, so you're fed off that alone. Yeah, that's it for today. So one break even, one loss. Hopefully we bounce back tomorrow. Monday is Memorial Day, so no trading. So 3-day, 4-day weekend essentially. Yeah. Yeah, I hope your boys cut a dub. Yeah, why not us?